So this is a crazy NetBet session I had. I've just found the footage on February the 10th. I started off on NetBet. I deposited 200 quid. I just thought I'd have a decent session. And this game here, Butterfly Lovers, was game of the week. So I thought I'd give it a quick go to see what it's like. And I soon got a bit drawn into it because it has these build-up features. They're not quite Little Devil Heartstopper builds or anything like that, but you can see the features on the left, right and the top centre. You build towards them and then they basically activate the feature. In a minute the one on the right will start. I can't remember who the provider is, but it's a bit of a crazy game. The one on the left, you'll see in a minute, it's absolutely awful bonus. It actually takes money from you, but the one on the right is quite decent. I never intended to play this at all, but I got a bit drawn in, but it led to a good session overall. You'll see the time at the bottom centre throughout the session, and you'll see how long I end up playing and how much I won. But this is the feature on the right getting activated. What I didn't realise at the time was, even though it's a bonus, it still takes money from you each spin. So the first few spins on this one I'm actually losing money, but this is quite a good feature, and I have played this game a fair bit since, and it's a really good game for holding the balance. It drops you down a lot, but when you get the bonus it seems to give you it back. You can see the spins here. Each spin, if you get a win, times it by the multiplier that the butterfly's revealing. But the crazy thing is, when you get a win and you get a respin, it only pays you for the second spin. So again, the balance updates very peculiarly as you play this. So you'll see here I've won about 18 quid there or something, but when it spins again, even though I've increased the win, it doesn't add that extra 20 odd quid to the win. It just adds the 28 quid in total to the win, which is really bizarre. But yeah, I continued playing this. I think I initially played it because it was game of the week, and it got you extra net points and put you in the chance of winning some money if you were picked out of a prize draw. So that's the right hand feature, and it kind of draws you in once you've filled a little bit. In a second I think I'll activate the left hand feature, which does tend to cost you money, to be honest. So again, each spin's cost to be 80 pence, and if it doesn't put any extra wilds in at the end when it pays out, you're basically down. Throughout this session I played all over the place, loads of different games, and just hours and hours. Played well in the early hours of the morning just because I continued winning. The video is quite long, but I have cut a fair bit out as well. But you'll see the time progress and the balance just rise and rise and rise. So you can see so far this has cost me 8-9 quid. Over the course of the 12 spins, essentially costing you £9.60. And I won back 480, so it cost me to win that feature. But the game draws you in because it's got the builds on both sides, and then after I'd had both the features I was willing to leave because I was up. But sadly I then noticed the feature at the top centre, which I thought must be like the super bonus, and continued playing on. So once again, I think this left-hand bonus ends up costing me money. There is a feature later on which does show that you can make money off this feature and it can pay, but it's very rare. Oh, so I was slightly up on that one. To activate the top centre feature, you have to collect money bags as you go, as you see, but it takes away from the other two features. And once you've filled it up, you have to collect one more money bag and it gives you it, which you see here. This feature's a bit more interesting because it's basically the left-hand feature with a multiplier building up as well. But it only gives you a multiplier when you get the lower value symbols in, which turn into wilds. All in, this game's a bit weird, and I've played it a couple of times since in the tournaments. And normally you can get 100x on it, which will quite easily on 20p a spin, which will make me frame quite well in the tournament. But it's not a game you're going to win any big money out of. It's a Wazdan game, I remember now. Very peculiar games, Wazdan. They tend to charge you for your spins even in the bonus. So I was slightly up on the game, and then I moved to Survivor, a game I absolutely love. I play this so often. It's one of the BTG games I like most. Great potential, though I've not yet seen it. The biggest win I've had is 500x in the base game when I was on £4 a spin and paid me £2 grand. But the bonus always promises so much but never quite delivers. If you can hear in the background Piggy Riches, I was playing on the other screen, and I think for most of this session I actually had Immortal Romance on the other screen playing on demo in the hope that I could go on a long run without a bonus and switch to it on real play, but it just kept throwing in bonus after bonus on demo. So apologies if you can hear other games in the background. But yeah, Survivor, it's just when them two multipliers connect and you get a decent Megaways on the screen, it can just go off. But I just find it wages so well. You can spend hours and hours on 80p a spin and your balance barely moves, and the bonus frequency is a million times better than any of the other BTG games. Really underrated game, I think. I think at this point, because it was coming close to midnight, I was starting to think about just taking back my deposit, but you see what it does there straight away. 100x win, just a couple of connecting multipliers and a premium across to the end. So, with me having a bit of extra profit in my balance, I thought I'd give Spartacus Megaways a go. I was only on 20p because I was going to do a slow build, 20p, 40p, 60p, in the hope I could hit a bonus on a higher stake. But sadly, maybe luckily, the bonus came in quite early. I find this one a nightmare bonus, and I've never had anything decent out of it. Though recently there has been some absolutely crazy multiplier wins, 100,000x wins on 20p spins in the base game. I just never get lucky with it. So we've moved into the next day and well past midnight now. I thought I'd give Queen of Wonderland another go. Ever since early January, where I had a couple of decent hits on it, it had just been so dry for me. I didn't realise at the time when I originally played it, it was a bonus buy game, and I'd had a good run on it initially, and it seemed to throw in the features quite often. And then we just went on a feral run where I'd get thousands of spins without a bonus. So I thought I'd give it another quick go, and thankfully it paid. And for once in the respin feature, I got a decent multiplier hit. Shame it wasn't in the bonus with the extra multiplier to help out.
Kingdom. Queen of Hearts, free spins. Let the game begin. Respins. We're all mad. You won't leave the kingdom empty-handed.
I think this is the first time I'd had the Queen of Hearts respins in the bonus with a decent multiplier and a decent Megaways setup. It didn't go completely off, but it set me up quite nicely. At this point, I think I realised I wasn't going to bed anytime soon, and I was actually. When I was at 300, I was probably just going to play down back to 200 and take my deposit back. But at this stage, I was starting to think, oh, we got a decent cash out here. And I think I just mentally kept setting myself a bottom line and said I'll stop when I hit. And at this point, I was probably thinking if I drop back down to 550, I'll get off and go to bed. But it just never happened.
Good. Again.
So at this point you probably noticed quite a time jump. I went back to this crazy game, don't know why. So I've cut a fair bit of the footage out apart from a couple more of these features just to show you that they can give something, but it's pretty. You're never going to hit more than 200x off them really. You can hear Immortal Romance streaming away in the background there. It just kept giving bonus after bonus, but on demo typically. The intention was to flip to it on this, but I just thought there's no chance of it doing anything because it had done me so well in the bonus. I think it was about 800 quid up off £1.20 spins in the on the demo player. This is about as good as it gets on this feature. I think a full screen pays 200x, and I got one short which is 100x, but actually you're 960 down from the spins. I then switched to this game, and this just went on a crazy run of bonuses, just kept throwing them in. A few spins apart. You'll notice in the top right slot tracker, you'll notice you're probably talking 10-15 spins between each bonus, which is a crazy run on this because you can quite often go quite long runs without getting the bonus. So I went back to this crazy game because I was close to filling up the enhanced feature, if you can call it that. So I thought I'd give it one more crack, see how it pay this down. Crazily, after all the spins I'd done on this, must have done a fair few thousand. I didn't come anywhere in the tournament or win the competition, so definitely wasn't worth it. But that's about as big a win as I've seen on this. So a trip to Reactoonz to see if I could get Fathead out, and I did. Come fairly quickly without too much damage to the balance. Didn't pay too much. But as always, where there's one Garga, there's always a second just around the corner. It's crazy how you can spend 500-600 spins to get Garga out, and then he'll come back out within another 20-30 spins. Yeah, as you can see there, I think he was back out in a couple of spins. The balance has basically dropped by about a quid or two there, so I think he must have come out almost immediately. So I finally relented, and even though I hadn't gone a long run on demo without a bonus, I thought bollocks to it. It's playing so well on demo on the other screen, so just give it a go, and it come in fairly quickly. So I trip to danger and I always pick high voltage. I never get anything on geared. At this point, once I've topped out a grand, I think that's that bottom line. A grand, it's, you know, it's 10 to 5 in the morning. I definitely should be going to bed soon.
Danger, danger, high voltage, when we touch, when we kiss. Danger, danger, it's high voltage, when we touch, when we kiss, when we touch. Danger, danger, high voltage, when we touch, when we kiss. Danger, danger. cheers. Danger, high voltage. Danger, high voltage, when we touch, when we kiss. Danger, high voltage, when we cut, when we kiss, when we touch. Danger, high voltage, when we touch, and when we kiss. Danger, high voltage, when we touch. When we keep I am the disco. I am the danger. High voltage. When we touch. When we kiss. Touch. Danger, high voltage, when we touch, when we kiss. Danger, high voltage, when we cut, when we kiss, when we touch. Danger, high voltage, when we touch, and when we kiss. Danger, high voltage, when we touch. When we kiss. Danger, it's high voltage. When we touch, when we kiss, when we touch. Danger, high voltage. When we touch, when we kiss. Danger, high voltage. When we touch, when we kiss, when we touch, when we kiss. Lover.
Then bonuses came, not very many spins apart, and balance was absolutely going off the charts. Another bonus coming pretty quick, so 10 spins, it says on Slot Tracker there, and I thought, I've had 2 amazing high voltage bonuses, so I've got to go Gates. Surely it can't give me a third on high voltage, but that was a bit of a mistake.
It's my desire. It's my desire. Don't you wanna know how we keep starting fires? It's my desire. It's my desire. It's my desire. Don't you wanna know how we keep starting fires? It's my desire. It's my desire. It's my desire. Danger. High voltage. When we touch. When we kiss. Danger. High voltage.
So a trip back to Immortal Romance and give me a Wild Desire fairly early. Annoyingly, Wild Desire now goes from left to right, so you already know you're only getting 4 or 3 at best, and it gave me 3. But it gave me 3 with every symbol utilised. I've had 4 once, and sadly it missed off reel 1, so I already knew I wasn't getting the 5. Almost 300x off that. And with my luck massively, and I thought, is this the time for me to finally get my first wild line on DOA 2? When you get the re-trigger and you're on such a lucky run like this, you're thinking, God, this is it, finally. I've never had the re-trigger on DOA 1 once, and I've had it on DOA 2 so many times, but never the wide line. Always one away. This is such a poor bonus for a re-trigger. Normally it's a fair few 100x when you get the re-trigger. this point it was getting very late, and I was just trying and willing to get the balance up to £2 grand. So just playing anything I could think I could get the bonus on. I don't know why. You risk obviously losing your bonus, but you start to after having set myself bottom lines all the way through, I think I'll get off soon. I start to set myself a top line. I think I've got to get that £2 grand. So at this point I was just willing myself to get to £2 grand, but I thought, bollocks to it. It's nearly 6 o'clock, just get in bed. I took out £1 grand and thought I'll leave it to play the next day. Started again the next day, played a bit of Book of Dead. Got this bonus, which I don't think pays very much. I didn't actually realise at the time, by this point they'd paid out the grand, although I didn't receive 1,000 in my PayPal. I didn't realise NetBet actually charge you for all withdrawals over 500 quid, and I think it's about 1.75%. It might be slightly more, so even though it's through PayPal, took a fair chunk of the withdrawal off me. If I'd have withdrawn it in two £500 chunks, I wouldn't have got charged at all. It's a really strange thing to do. And 12 spins after that bonus, another one came along. "13 spins after. So with this paying 300x and 150 quid, I was over a grand, and I'd hit the £2 target that I'd set myself at 6 o'clock the previous or the same morning. I withdrew the other 1,000 in two £500 chunks, so I didn't get charged by NetBet. And although it'd been 6 or 7 hours worth of play, and it was decent cash out. Well happy. Rarely get sessions like this.